What's good, YouTube? This your boy, Chief Akachi. Today I'm talking about narcissists. They're running amok. This is a narcissist playground today. Let me tell you why. Because, first of all, the gender roles have been dismantled. So, traditionally, if you were a man who could provide, protect, problem solve, and procreate with one woman, you were considered a good husband. But you also can fall victim to a narcissistic woman. And it's actually real easy for the victimhood narcissist. Because what'll happen is you'll be praised by those around you and by those for being a good man, right? Especially the narcissist family. But the narcissist will never give you your just due. They don't want you to feel like you're doing what you're supposed to do. They constantly want you on your toes to fulfill every need so that and then they'll hold your good man reputation hostage. And when you don't conform to what they want, if you don't be their punching bag, their emotional punching bag, if you don't just let them run amok and act the way they want to act, and if you don't agree with everything they say, they're willing to throw you under the bus just to win the argument. Victimhood narcissists. And there's some women out here that practice this. And on the flip side, there's men who weaponize their ability to provide and protect and problem solve and procreate against their women. If you don't do what I say, I'm going to strip away the things that I'm doing in the relationship as a man. But no, I'll offer it freely, and I'll even offer it in abundance. Yeah, go ahead. But the moment you do not cooperate with, you disagree with me, even if it's respectfully, the moment you do not do what I want you to do, the moment you can't be the emotional punching bag, because yes, those men use those women as emotional punching bags. I'm mad with my life or something that has inconvenienced me, so now I need somebody to take it out on. A narcissist is a narcissist. And I'm sick of the narrative being that only men can be narcissists. No, women are narcissists too. And it's a lot of men and women who are both narcissists. But see, there is some minor differences, but it's just a different form of narcissism that's being used. There are women who can provide, protect, blah, blah, blah. There are women that can provide, and they weaponize that against men who may not be as successful in life, who, yes, even Pookie and Ray Ray, as y'all love to say in the red pill community, can be victims of narcissists. The boss bitch. Just like that dynamic can be reversed within that relationship. He could be the narcissist and weaponizing victimhood and his vulnerability against that woman who is trying to save him. And what it's doing is it's screwing with a lot of decent people. It's screwing with their ability to have successful relationships. But what you got to be in today's society is you got to stay 10 toes down on you and what you believe in. And valuing the other partner. Not allowing the narcissist in those people to shape your worldview of how you view the opposite gender. Or in some cases, the same sex. Because you could have this dynamic. I'm not too familiar with gay relationships, never had experience with that. So I don't know what comes with it, but I'm pretty sure that there's something going on along those lines. So what I'm saying is universal. How you know you escape the narcissist is when they're constantly reaching back, when they're constantly trying to get a hold of you. You know what I'm saying? When they're trying to linger in your life when you know you do not want them in your life. But the only way they can linger in your life is if you allow them to. And those around the person that you know escaped the narcissist, if you know she escaped the narcissist, redirect those people. No, I'm not going to give you any way to contact her, nor am I going to relay a message for you. None of that shit. And it's the same thing with the female, because they will use or they will employ people around you to reach out to them. Now that's with the stark narcissist, the dominant narcissist, the narcissist that practices dominance, that uses dominance as their vehicle to victimize you. The narcissist that uses victimhood, they may not employ people oftentimes, but then again, I think we as men, I don't think women are capable of this. Women have to be capable of this. They have to start to do this. Stop letting the narcissist reach back. Once they've displayed that they are a narcissist, it is time for you to shut them completely out. Never reach back to somebody. Never reach back to a narcissist. Never try to reconcile with a narcissist. You're not going to fix them. Your empathy for them is not going to fix them. Okay? And I'm thinking, because I know that there's people, content creators out there who will tell you that empathy is a narcissist's enemy. No, it's not. Actually, empathy is a manipulation tool for the narcissist. It's easy for them to manipulate you when you're an empath. I'm not saying that you can't be an empath, just not towards the narcissist. You got to resist your nature to be empathetic to people when you recognize the narcissist in that person. You got to be. I'm puffing on my hookah. Boy, I love this thing. You got to resist your nature and your habitual empathetic ways. When you recognize a person is a narcissist, you got to starve them to get them out of your life. or else they'll always believe or think that there's an end. They'll always think they have a hold on you, and they'll always exploit your empathy. It's nothing wrong with you, even if they say that they self-improve and stuff like that, because they often use that tool as a way to do that. But trust me, they're only telling you what you want to hear, not because they just truly want to be accountable for their actions. It's really to get you to come back. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the reach back, the narcissistic reach back. They do not want you. They do not love you. They only miss you being a victim. So whenever you encounter the reach back of a narcissist, stonewalling them is the best course of action. If they become more intrusive in your day-to-day life, where they're putting themselves in your path, like they're trying to, like, say you at Walmart, they make sure they're at Walmart every day. What you got to do is get a restraining order against them. Take legal action against them. You do not engage. You do not conversate. You do not give them any inkling that there's a way back in. That's the point. Because that's what they're looking for. A way back in. And if you give them that, even if it's as small as a grain of sand, hope, they're going to try to exploit that hope. They're like an oyster. They're going to turn that grain of sand into a pearl. And they're going to keep building on that pearl in your life. Now you got this big ass pearl. It started off as a grain of sand of reach back or chance of return, and all it takes is for you, if say you're in a new relationship, all it takes is for a simple argument, and now all of those things, well, that person knows me, this person is, because I'm telling you, this happens to people. I know it does. That's why oftentimes why they reach back, and then they get disappointed again, and then they get mad, and now they're mad at the rest of society. They're mad at men, they're mad at women, they're mad at whoever it is that person is the representation of that group. So if it's a man that you were a narcissistic victim to, you're going to be mad at all men because you reached back thinking that person changed. The whole time it was just all a facade to get you to come back. And they're going to be even worse and more egregious to you when you go back. It is the same thing with women. Female narcissists. All they want is for you to reach back. Once they can get you to reach back, it's over. That's why you got to stand 10 toes down. I'm not saying that you got to be unforgiving of what they've done to you, but you don't forget it and remember what they've done. And you use that to avoid dealing with them. This is the only way you can avoid the narcissistic ex, is by stonewalling them, giving them no ammunition, giving them no way in. I know this because I've experienced it myself, and I know some women that have experienced a narcissist. And how we deal with these people is by stonewalling them once we escape.